Okay, welcome back everyone to our closing session. Over the past 3 days, we've covered a lot of perspectives and ideas, and we're so grateful that you've stayed with us through to the end. So right now, at this final hour, I'm very pleased to hand over the floor to our Director General, Gonzalo Alcaraz, to share a few words with us. Gonzalo.
Thank you, Alice, and colleagues, friends, welcome to our closing session. It's hard to believe how quickly these 3 days have passed. As we wrap up the conference, we still have two important moments ahead of us: the exciting pitches from the Startup Label finalists and some closing reflections to bring our discussions together. But before we move into those, we are honored to begin with a keynote message from one of our key partners, Olivier Fantino, Director of Route Suisse, the Swiss Road Federation. Unfortunately, he was not able to join us live today, but he has recorded a special message for this occasion. It is now my pleasure to share his video remarks with all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, it is a pleasure to be with you today. On behalf of Route Suisse, I would like to extend our sincere congratulations to the International Road Federation for an excellent annual conference. Over the past 3 days, we have seen a great organization, strong global participation, and an impressive level of technical and strategic depth across the sessions. This gathering has provided a valuable opportunity to step back, exchange insights, and reflect together on the challenges and opportunities ahead for our sector. For us, this event has been an important moment to listen, to learn, and to engage. Switzerland is a country where road infrastructure plays a central role in economic competitiveness, mobility, safety, and territorial cohesion. Our members are deeply committed to professional excellence and continuous improvement. Participating in this global forum allows us to connect our national expertise with international developments. Several themes from the 2025 conference particularly resonated with us. The first is the clear recognition that resilience is no longer a theoretical discussion. The exchanges around climate risk, asset performance, and long-term investment planning speak directly to the concerns of our members. A second area that struck us is the emphasis on modernizing the ways we design, manage, and deliver the road infrastructure. Whether through digitalization, data-driven operations, or new competency profiles for the workforce, the sector is evolving very rapidly. A third area is the collaborative spirit demonstrated across all sessions. Many of the challenges we face, safety, sustainability, efficient delivery, skilled professionals, are shared across countries. Hearing how different regions approach similar issues helps broaden our understanding and sharpens our ability to benchmark, innovate, and adapt solutions for our own context. This is why the partnership between Route Suisse and IRF matters to us. This conference has shown again how valuable it is for national and global communities to engage closely and share ideas that can advance the sector as a whole. Looking ahead, we are pleased to offer a small glimpse into next year. Route Suisse will be working with IRF as preparations begin for the 2026 annual conference, which will take place in November in Geneva. We look forward to contributing Swiss perspectives, highlighting local innovations, and helping shape a program that reflects both national strengths and international priorities we have discussed here. We warmly welcome colleagues to partner with us in this journey and explore opportunities to connect our networks for even greater impact. Let me close by thanking the organizers, the speakers, and all participants for the quality of engagement over the past days. This conference has provided rich food for thought, and Route Suisse looks forward to continued collaboration with many of you in the month ahead. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you very much, Olivier, for your messages. And also, I hope all of you are very excited to see the annual conference coming again in 2026 here in Geneva. So now it's my pleasure to ask my colleague, Olivia Densler, who is the Membership and Partnership Manager, to introduce a very exciting flagship program of ours, which is the IRF Startup Labels, and that she's going to introduce the finalists for this year. Olivia, over to you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. As Alice mentions, my name is Olivia Densler. I'm the Membership and Partnerships Manager here at the IRF. I'm delighted to be taking you through this next segment of the programme, which will see finalists of the IRF Startup Label 2025 deliver their pitches to become this year's IRF Startup Label winner. As many of you will know, the IRF Startup Label is an initiative that we have run for a number of years now. This is our 5th edition of the label, where we invite startups working in road safety, road financing and economics, ITS, connected and autonomous mobility, and road efficiency and sustainability to compete for the IRF's official endorsement for 1 year, enabling them to utilise some of the IRF's most valuable assets: visibility and access to our global network, as well as the wealth of expertise that, of course, exists within it. This initiative demonstrates the IRF's commitment to innovation and its active engagement with the global startup community. In fact, you've already had the chance to hear from some of our past winners throughout the conference, for example, TDRI discussing resilience and Asimov earlier today on digital and automated technologies. So without further ado, I'm going to now invite each of this year's 6 finalists to the stage for their 3-minute pitch. And thank you everyone in advance for your cooperation with this. We're going to now start with Steve Abley, Chief Executive of Abley, a transportation engineering and data insights consultancy based in New Zealand. And today he's going to be discussing Abley Safe Curves. Steve, over to you.
Thank you, Olivia, and kia ora. I'm Steve Abley, and I'm proud to be able to speak to you today. It's a privilege to open this session and introduce Safe Curves. Safe Curves reimagines roads and provides a simple, scalable tool that tackles one of the most dangerous but overlooked parts of our road network. That's horizontal curves. Before talking about Safe Curves, I'd like to thank the IRF for the opportunity to present to you today, and I acknowledge all the finalists. Next slide, please, Alice. Every year, road crashes take more than 1.2 million lives and cost countries 2 to 5% of GDP. That results in $1.8 trillion of waste. And across all continents, one pattern is consistent. Horizontal curves represent less than 10% of the road length, yet cause 30 to 40% of roadway departure crashes. If we want the fastest road safety improvements for rural roads with the highest return on investment, curves are where we start. Next slide, please, Alice. And that leads to Safe Curves. Safe Curves uses data that already exists, and it couples that data with proven research to predict where crashes are more likely to be severe. This isn't simple, but Safe Curve outputs are simple to interpret and, importantly, enable practitioners to act with confidence. Our objective is that Safe Curves puts a road safety professional on your desktop. Next slide, please, Alice. And let's not forget, investing in road safety and specifically horizontal curves provides one of the highest returns. Both the World and Asian Development Banks show that for every $1 invested, the return is $3 to $20 to society through avoided deaths, fewer hospitalizations, and preserved productivity. That's because treatments like delineation, audio-tactile edge lines, or shoulder widening are relatively very low cost. Next slide, please, Alice. Over the last 3 days, we've been focused on IRF's call for mobility that's inclusive, safe, green, and efficient. That's exactly what Safe Curves delivers. And Safe Curves isn't just another tool, it's a way for governments to apply global evidence consistently and transparently at scale. Next slide, please. That's because SafeCurves sits at the network level, answering the question every road authority struggles with, such as where should we deploy all these good solutions first? Imagine opening a map just like this and immediately seeing the top 50 curves where investment will deliver the greatest life-saving impact, making roads more enabling for everyday journeys. Next slide, please. So the real question isn't, can we find and fix dangerous curves, but rather, why would you make safety investment decisions without safe curves? Again, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today. It's been a privilege. Kia ora from New Zealand.
Thank you so much, Steve. That was great. We are now going to move straight on to our next finalist, Brian McGeehan, co-founder of Blue Eye Highway, a UK and Ireland-based road safety startup. Brian, over to you for more about eyesight.
Okay. We are Blue Eye Highway, and we make black ice visible. Our patented color-changing road stud, Eyesight, gives drivers an on-road warning exactly where freezing occurs. Next, please, Alice. So, the problem is that in the UK and Ireland in the last decade, 61,000 collisions have taken place due to icy roads. And that amounts to 1.7 to 2.4 million pounds in loss to society. But the human cost is immeasurable. Next, please, Alice. Black ice conditions happen across the globe. It affects about 19 US states, the UK and Ireland, continental Europe and beyond, Eastern Asia, including Korea and Japan, southern Argentina, and finally New Zealand, particularly Southern Ireland. So billions of people in marginal climates face this invisible danger every year. Next, please, Alice. Winter operations are smarter than ever. Road weather sensors and better forecasts help crews pre-treat the network, and they do a fantastic job in tough conditions. And connected vehicles feed the data to the cloud, and that predicts risk continuously. But the driver is still out of the loop. The warning isn't at headlight level, and drivers look at the road. So the warning should be on the road, not in the cloud. Next, please, Alice. This is Eyesight. It uses a cryogel that expands near freezing. Next, Alice. It raises a blue reflector into the beam so drivers see the hazard on the road. There's no power, there's no wiring, no maintenance, and it retrofits into existing housings to support low-cost, sustainable deployment. Next, please, Alice. Right now, drivers can't tell if the stretch is frozen. The car's temperature reading is air, not road, and it lags at speed. Ice is a surface event, so the signal needs to be on the surface. Next, Alice. When Eyesight triggers, a line of blue studs light the way ahead, an unmistakable location-specific cue to slow down before the hazard. It works for human and autonomous drivers alike. Over time, those activations map each road's own black ice signature, so winter teams can target gritting surgically, saving millions in winter service budgets. That's Eyesight, putting the warning where drivers look and the data where planners can act. Next, Alice. So how can IRF support us? Well, your endorsement would bring credibility with road authorities worldwide. Introductions would accelerate our pilots, and your conferences would give us the visibility to reach every cool climate region. Next, please, Alice. Meanwhile, our journey continues. We're now looking for partners, authorities, and winter ops teams for pilot hosting. Looking for academic partners, manufacturers and installers for retrofit trials, data partners, insurers, and policy bodies to align with Vision Zero. Together, we can make the invisible visible. Thank you to IRF for this opportunity. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Brian. That was great. I would now like to introduce our next speaker, Hervé Tsinju, co-leader of Data Mobilize, a youth-based mobility startup in Cameroon. Hervé, the floor is yours.
Thank you. We empower youth to make roads safer, crowd data, technology, and real-world action. Next slide, please. Urban mobility in Africa faces urgent challenges that demand innovation. According to the World Health Organization, Africa has the highest road traffic fatality rate worldwide. Vulnerable road users, including pedestrians, cyclists, and motorcyclists, represent over half of these fatalities, highlighting the lack of safe infrastructure for those most exposed. Road conditions further exacerbate risks. Large portions of the continent's road network are underdeveloped and poorly maintained. A study by the International Road Assessment Program found that only 70% of roads in 13 African countries meet minimum 3-star safety rating for pedestrians. Finally, data gaps in the effective planning. The UN Habitat projects Africa's urban population will double to 1.4 billion by 2050, yet mobility data remains fragmented and inequitable. Transport planning is often top-down, excluding citizen voices and reinforcing inefficiencies. This challenge the main innovative, data-driven, and inclusive solution, and that is where Data Mobilize comes in. Next slide, please. Data Mobilize is a dual platform solution, a mobile application and a web-based dashboard forming a dynamic road safety observatory tailored to African mobility challenge. The mobile application empowers citizens and field agents to contribute directly to road safety crowd 4 core features, share your safety perception, signal a road issue, alert an accident, and most importantly, conduct a safety audit. The safety audit module is our flagship features. Next slide, please. It allows users to access road segment in real time, capturing infrastructure condition, user experience, and environmental factors. Audits are conducted per road segment with GPS tracking, image uploads, and structural questionnaires covering all major road users, pedestrians, cyclists, motorcyclists, car drivers, buses, and trucks. Once the audit is completed, our backend coding processes the input using a decision matrix and embedded logic to generate a multi-user safety rating table. This includes individual safety score per user type and a global rating for the segment. Next slide, please. We have already audited 10 road sections in Yaoundé using our mobile application. Each audit generates a multi-user safety rating, deliver fast local road safety diagnostic, helping municipality plan smarter, private company access risk and access, and international organization conduct scalable baseline studies and monitor impact. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. I've already talked about. Complementing the app, the Data Mobilize web platform serves as a public-facing hub. One of its key features is the crash map, a historical visual visualization of road accident across a particular location. This map aggregates official data from national security sources, which we process and classify by severity. Each crash point reveals detailed metadata, location, type of accident, number of fatalities and injuries, weather condition, and severity. This tool enables planners, researchers, and policymakers to identify high-risk zone areas and prioritize intervention. Together, the mobile application and web platform create a scalable, participatory, and data-driven ecosystem for road safety. Next slide, please. Our solution supports some sustainable development goals and a global plan for the decade of action. For investors, this is more than impact, it's opportunity. The smart mobility market is projected to exceed $215 billion by 2030. Our Data Mobilize offers a scalable model with multiple revenue streams, licensing to municipality, partnership with NGOs, and data services for constituencies and insurers. Next slide, please. Our team combines young engineers, civic tech leaders, and field practitioners with hands-on experience in digital development and transport planning. This multidisciplinary approach ensures we deliver practical, scalable solutions tailored to real-world challenge from urban diagnostic to data-driven decision-making. Next slide, please. We are on the ground and online building safer roads, crowd data, youth engagement, and innovation. If we believe in fast, scalable, and inclusive solution, let's connect. Whether you want to support, collaborate, or replicate, every action counts towards saving lives. Thank you for giving me the floor.
Thank you so much. Now we are going to move on to Ernest Musonda, CEO of Earnkate Limited, a tech startup based in Zambia. Ernest, looking forward to hearing more about the Rosma app. Over to you.
All right, thank you for the opportunity. I'm presenting Rosma Road Safety Mobile Application, which has come to deal with the major causes of road traffic accidents, which are human error, vandalized road signs, overspeeding, overtaking in blind spots, crashing into breakdown vehicles, and fatigue. Next slide, please. For sustainability, it's on monthly subscription, which is 25 kwacha, equivalent to $1. Next slide, please. So once you download and access the features, you pick your start point and to the next down. Next slide, please. Then you're going to find the information. These are digital information. You do not need to look at the phone when you start to drive. Those blue markers represents the information on the road. It could be the speed limit, the curve, or any other road warning. Next slide, please. So we have got an alert section as well. So in an event of accident, you can alert the admin and other motorists who have got the same app, and they'll start to receive the notification in 500 meters radius. You can also render assistance to the victims by searching the nearest emergency health care within the app. In an event that your vehicle goes down with a breakdown, you can activate the breakdown alert and alert other users who are coming towards that location to avoid hitting into the stationary vehicle. Once the vehicle has been fixed or cleared off the road, you can even clear that breakdown notification. Again, there is also the road issue. This mostly deals in the rain season where we experience washed away bridges. So once you may be the first person to witness that, you can capture that within the app and upload for maintenance purposes at the same time warn other motorists who are coming towards that location. Next slide, please. And next. And next again. And next, these are the points I was explaining. Next again. Next again. Okay, so we have also inbuilt the 10 basic driving rules within the app that comes after 30 minutes to keep helping the driver so that they become professional drivers on the road to avoid these human error-induced accidents. Next slide, please. Okay, so on the all speed limits which are there, we have put a tolerance of 5 kilometers per hour. So what happens is every time you exceed that tolerance, the driver receive that notification to say you are overspeeding in this given zone. So if you are exceeding in the zone of 30, above that is 36, you receive the notification. If it's 100, that tolerance 5, if you go beyond that, you receive that notification. Next slide, please. We have also incorporated the fuel filling station search feature. This one shows the availability of fuel per station so that motorists don't move around burning fuel, trying to look for fuel when there is a shortage of fuel. Next slide, please. So we are also building in the background the Rosma app Pro, which is 90% work is done. This is just additional features to the one which is already available and in operation. This one sends evidence of overspeeding for enforcement to the admin. It shows the evidence of the speed limit, overspeed done, time, location, and contact details of the offender. Also, another feature is an audible reminder every after 2 hours of continuous driving, prompting 15 minutes break to manage the fatigue that happens for those who are always on the road. Next slide, please. Yeah, we have got some challenges as well. The challenges is in initial data collection because we need to physically move on the road and map those coordinates on the road. And the other challenge is just the additional backup fund that is needed once we go commercial for the system overload. Next slide, please. What we are saying is receiving this year's label will amplify our reach attract strategic collaborators, and accelerate deployment, saving lives and fostering a culture of safety on our roads. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Ernest. We're now going to move on to our penultimate finalist. So I'm pleased to introduce Finn Kucheda, strategy lead at EcoPels, a Berlin-based clean tech startup. Finn, take it away.
Yep. So this is not yet my presentation. Perfect. All right, so thank you very much. My name is Finn Kucheda, strategy lead at EcoPels, and EcoPels is a Berlin-based deep tech firm supplying the asphalt industry with a sustainable and also economically viable solution for polymer modifying asphalt. And the reason why we do this is quite simple. Asphalt must be more sustainable and also come at better prices. Next slide, please. To make this more compelling, let's take a look at the current composition of asphalt and understand what components currently drive costs and emissions. In general, asphalt is made from aggregates and bitumen, and the issue is that these two components alone are not enough to meet the performance requirements of modern roads. A modern road has to withstand very heavy loads. It cannot crack in winter, nor can it soften in summer. And this is the reason for many years that asphalt producers have improved their asphalt performance by adding virgin polymers to the mix, ultimately benefiting from the properties of plastics, so better elasticity, better temperature resistance, and also longer lifespans. The downside is that virgin polymers are, on the one side, very expensive, and they also come with a significant CO2 footprint. Even though that polymers only make up around 1% of the asphalt mixture, they account for about 20% of total costs and more than a third of total emissions. Next slide, please. This brings us directly to the technology that we supply as EcoPels for the asphalt industry, together with the Fraunhofer Society, which is Germany's leading research institute. We have developed a technology that allows us to replace virgin polymers in asphalt with polymers sourced from the recycling industry. And because we are talking about recycled products here, this naturally has a direct impact on both the CO2 profile as well as the cost structure of asphalt produced with our EcoFlakes asphalt. By using our technology, we can save up to 20% of emissions in asphalt production, while also reducing the cost at the same time, thanks to the significantly more attractive pricing of recycled polymers compared to virgin materials. And of course, most importantly, the performance remains the same. So there's no additional planning effort required to integrate EcoFlakes at the asphalt mixing plant, and our polymers also bring the same well-known positive performance characteristics just as virgin polymers do. Next slide. Coming to the end of the presentation here, I want to quickly give an overview about the scale of the projects we have been able to realize so far. So at EcoPels, we are currently operating as a team of 13 people and have completed over 40 projects with EcoFlakes in 7 countries. Across all these projects, we have saved more than 500 tons of CO2 emissions so far compared to the virgin alternative. And we also address all sectors where polymer modified asphalt is needed. So talking highways, talking industrial areas, or inner city roads. Thank you very much for your attention and best regards from Berlin. And also, of course, best of luck to everyone.
Thank you so much, Finn. Yes, indeed. And now we're moving on to our final finalists, but by no means least, of course. I would like to welcome Kamal Verma, Senior Officer for Strategic Alliances and Partnerships at Bitumen Asphalt Technologies in India. Kamal, the floor is yours.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for giving me this platform to represent myself. So yeah, so this is our new product, which is named as a green bitumen, which is made from our Bitcamp patented tailor-made coal binder. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this is the highlight of our new product, which is be investigated at the real site, and we can see that the 3x speed at the site, and the durability is the 2x of the life, and it because we eliminate the heat process, so we have zero pollution and emissions observed, and non-hazardous for the workers, and the longer storage and the transportation life. Next slide please. So, this green bitumen is tailored for Bharat and tested for the performance. So, we have seen that the increased durability and higher life cycle cost savings we have investigated during the our live project. So, up to 50% life cycle cost savings are we have done, and engineering efficiency we have single grade binder. Customized for the aggregate as per the site conditions. And if we can see that the construction flexibility, so workers in rainy season is also compatible with the rainy season also, and easy life of wet wax macadam plant. So basically we don't need any other additional plant for the this green bitumen aggregate processing. Next slide please. So as we seen from the table that the if we use the conventional method where we have used the bitumen, so there's a production temperature we have 140 to 160 degrees centigrade. But in case of the green bitumen product, which we have a recent product, the temperature we have at a room temperature. Basically it is used at the ambient temperature, so we basically completely eliminates the heat processor used in the bitumen heating process. And we basically in the conventional method fuel consumption is used 150 175 liter, and but in case of the green bitumen is we completely eliminate this the fuel consumption. And if we talk about the carbon emissions, so approximate 500 kg carbon dioxide is we have a reduced per metric ton of the green bitumen used. Next slide please. So if we say about the 10 years total ownership cost comparison, so we have seen that the total cost of the ownership after overall the 10 years for the bitumen, which is the conventional method, which is the 260 cr. And if we talk about the green bitumen, which is our new product, basically that is the 138 cr. So we can see that the approximate 47% lesser TCO as compared to the conventional method. Next slide please. So this is our recently highlights for the green bitumen, which we have done in the recently, whose road length is a 51 kilometer, and location is Bihar Rural Development Department. And the road specification we can say that the 3.75 meter wide and 50 mm dbm gate 2 and plus 30 mm bc, which basically gate 2. So the highlights of the products is a significant fuel saving, where we have saved the 5.35 cr total fuel saving for this project, and we completely eliminates the heat, so we have no emissions. So we have saved 20.5 lakh kg per carbon dioxide emission reduced for this project, and on-site traffic allowed in slowed speed within 30 minutes of the lane. And basically as we have saying that no fuels, no emissions, so no burns, no fire hazards, and reduce the physical tragedy. Next slide please. So these are the basically our use case gallery, which we have you guys have seen that the geotech pictures are there, which is basically taken from the actual site. Next slide please. So this is our some about us, what we are, where we have started. So we have established in 2020, and we have a 60 plus members we have, and till now 10,000 plus kilometer road we have laid, and we have a 5 manufacturing units across the India. Next slide please. So this is the our journey where we have started from the 2016 to 2024. So here you can see that at the stage by stage we have a grown up, and now we have a successfully and a sustainability product we have launched in our market. Next slide please. So these are the connect with us. So basically these are the contacts you can directly reach out to us. Thank you so much for giving me this platform to represent our new product. Thank you so much once again, and all the best for all you guys.
Thank you so much, Kamal, for our final presentation, and to all of our finalists, but also to everyone who's taken part in the entire process. It was great to see so many applications come in this year from all over the world and from various areas within the sector. We could only hear from 6 today, but there were some really, really great applications in there. So thank you to everybody. But of course, there can only be one winner. So I'm now going to pass the floor over to Gonzalo.
Thank you, Olivia. And yeah, it's my honor now to announce the winner of the IRF Startup Label 2025. And without further ado, the winner is EcoPulse. So congratulations to the EcoPulse team. And perhaps I would like to now take the chance to welcome Finn again to the stage to say a few words. Congratulations again, Finn.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for this honor. It has been a great pleasure being with you today. And I think I saw 6 super great solutions. And of course, I'm very proud to win today's startup label. But still, I want to say congratulations to everyone. And thank you also for the IRF for organizing such a great event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Finn. And yeah, congratulations to the team as well. And congratulations to all of the finalists, everyone who participated from across the globe, not only you, Finn, but the people that we have heard today. They have valuable solutions that are making progress and improvement for our sector. So congratulations to anyone. Now it's a little bit time to wrap up this year's conference. So as we come to somehow the close, I have been reflecting on what these past days have revealed about who we are as a community and who are we becoming. When we opened the event, I spoke about reimagining roads not as static pieces of infrastructure, but as systems shaped by people, pressures, and possibilities. After listening to the conversations, the stories and ideas shared over the past 3 days, that feels even more true and urgent. Again and again, we were reminded that mobility is lived, not theorized. People do not move through roads in the abstract. They move through the conditions of their daily lives, caring for children, getting to work, navigating safety risk, depending on local connections that rarely appear in our models. So much of what we design still reflects an idealized version of movement rather than the complexity of real behavior. Reimagining roads means starting with the reality of how people actually experience mobility and letting that shape how we plan and how we prioritize. Across the discussions, I was also struck by how often the most meaningful improvements were not the largest or the most visible, but those that simply made movement possibly or safer or more predictable. A crossing that perhaps gives a neighborhood back its confidence, a footpath that connects a village to a school, a data-driven tool that helps a city reduce congestion without widening a single road. These moments reminds us that transformation somehow doesn't always comes from scale. Sometimes it comes from seeing clearly, acting intentionally, and investing in what truly matters to people's lives. There were also a recurrent acknowledgement that the pressure facing our systems are outpacing the structures meant to manage them. There are climate shocks, growing cities, new technologies, and new expectations. These forces as well are redefining what our networks must withstand and deliver. Yet, many of our institutions still operate with assumptions built for another era. Funding models reward outputs rather than outcomes. Procurement systems value lowest cost rather than long-term resilience. The standards evolve more slowly than the world around them. So if we want to really have safe systems that are safer, more green and more efficient than everything that is our delivery mechanism, from planning and financing all the way to maintenance and full end of life, we must evolve as well. Another thread that perhaps ran through the conference was the importance of embracing different kinds of knowledge. Some of the most insightful contributions came from people with different vantage points, engineers reshaping digital tools, researchers analyzing complex behavioral patterns, practitioners deeply rooted in local realities, and young professionals challenging the assumptions that the rest of us no longer notice. Reimagine roads requires this breadth of insight. It asks us to welcome new perspective, not to disrupt for the sake of disruption, but to ensure we see what we might otherwise miss. Our conversations as well on digitalization and CCAM added a further dimension. The potential is extraordinary. Connected systems, predictive analytics, automation, infrastructure that can sense and respond. But the message was not about technology itself. It was about readiness, about governance, standards, public trust, city capacity, and meaningful collaboration between the public and private sectors. Technology can help us move towards safer, cleaner, more efficient mobility, but only if institutions, communities, and industry are aligned around a shared purpose. Finally, the conversations on financing as well, procurement and innovation reminded us that sustainability must run through everything we do. It cannot be isolated. It cannot be an isolated work stream. It has to begin upstream in how projects are designed, how contracts are structured, how supply chains are strengthened, how materials are sourced, and how labor and local industries are supported. The choice made early in a project's life will determine whether the project contributes to the long-term resilience, local opportunity, and environmental health. I was also moved by the moments that remind us the human side of our work. The recognition of the IRF Personality of the Year, Mr. George Janis, whose leadership on safer urban speeds is saving life and reshaping national policy, was also a reminder that individual commitment can shift entire systems, and our startup labels as well, which just here show us as well the power of thinking out of the box, something I'm really keen of, about pushing how to think differently, about how roads can be delivered, analyzed, repaired, and experienced. All of these thread points to the fact that we are extending at the moment of transition, not because our challenges are new, but because the world around us is changing faster than the systems built to support it. But it's also because our community is beginning to see roads not only as assets, but as platforms for inclusion, resilience, safety, and innovation. These days together have shown that this community has the courage, the insight, and the collective will to lead a transformation ahead. What comes next is the work, and I'm grateful and proud to be doing that work with all of you. And just before we close this conference, I want to extend my thanks to the people that perhaps supported us, to Umovity, our gold sponsored, and to Aegis and Salfo, our bronze sponsors. Thank you again for your generous support to make this conference possible. And also to all of our moderators and speakers, thank you for your time during these days. Your insights definitely have enriched our understanding on how our sector is evolving and moving. A special thanks to the IRF team. Thank you for your hard work that you did over these 3 days. It was a lot of work, but I hope you feel satisfied with the result. And also to everyone who have connected over these past 3 days, thank you for staying with us across different time zones and for being part of this amazing community of us. This conference has been always a moment for us to reconnect and refocus our shared purpose. I hope that all the conversations that we have had here will continue beyond today. So thank you all, and I hope to see you in Geneva next year. So until then, stay connected. Thank you so much.